In most cases, we are looking for ourselves because our parents didn't know who they were. Like, they didn't. You could see that when, like, probably you go up and be like, okay, I think you've grown up, you're supposed to get married. And boom, you're like, okay, my parents demand that I get married. Because for them, they think marriage is everything. Now that you've gone, is marriage everything? Then they'd be like, okay, my parents are still demanding for kids. Because probably in their generation, they think kids are the ones that make life. You get what I'm saying? For them, they feel that's what makes sense. Like, in their world, they think marriage. That's why they're encouraging you to do the same thing. So if probably you're not smart enough, if the universe is not with you, or if the odds are in some favor, because nothing happens by mistake. But if the universe, if that's the life that you're going to live, in most cases you're going to follow their footsteps. That's why they tell you God knows whatever we are going to decide. Like, everything is predestined, but then everything is predestined till you get in control and you'll know God's plan for you. And God's plan for you is the universal way. Like, know yourself, know why you're here, have a purpose, have goals, have dreams. Because if you know them, your kids will see that, your kids will observe that, and they'll also most likely follow in the same footsteps. And if you've already given birth, it's okay. There is no problem. Actually, you've given birth, there is a reason. So now the only thing you can do is that, why did I give birth at that age when things, if you think, if you gave birth and things are okay, good. But then if you gave birth and things are not okay, ask yourself why you gave birth. When things are like that, just ask yourself what made you give birth. You're going to find the answers, and in so doing, in asking yourself such questions, you're going to discover who you are. You get, in most cases, you gave birth because someone just gave you something and you liked them and you thought that was love, and boom, you're pregnant. In most cases, sometimes, I don't want to say it, but in some cases you're raped. In some cases, probably the situation that you are in, like you were forced to get married. You get what I'm saying? That's why some people be like, okay, why did I get married? They look for such reasons. You get, so if you got married and probably got kids before you got to know yourself, ask yourself why. What were you running away from? Were you running away from home that probably you didn't receive love, and a guy came and told you something and you thought they loved you, but now you're in that marriage, but then you're like, did I make a mistake? You didn't make a mistake. It had to happen. The marriage had to happen. You didn't make a mistake. But then now that you're in that situation, find out why you're there. May you get the grace to find out why you're there. Because if you don't know why you're there, your kids are most likely also going to do like that. You could go ask your parents. Okay, ask if you don't have parents. If you have parents, ask them, okay, why did you get married? Besides, if they tell you, okay, I love this person so much, well and good, but then if you feel the answers are not satisfactory, it's okay. Go back home and you contemplate. You ask yourself, okay, why do you think she got married? And in most, if it wasn't love, that's why things are the way they are. So the best gift that you can give to your kids is knowing yourself, so that by the time they come into this world, they don't go through the same journey of looking for themselves. Everything is predestined, or everything is out of your control till you know the reason as to why you're in that situation. So once you know why the situation you're in, it's going to be easy for you to walk a godly path, because you're going to walk with God. You're going to have pressure from these other people, because in most cases they don't even know what they are doing. They don't know who they are. People that know who they are will always remind you of how great you are. But then if you've never been told how great you are, and it's okay, so many of us are living lives like that. We've just told, just go to school, you can do it. You see the other person has, that's what the other person has done, they're just comparing. We all have different DNA, so you're supposed to find that spark in you, find that magic in you. That's why these things are there. If you've just landed on this channel and probably want to find spark your magic, just go back to the beginning of the video, like of how I started. I started with breathe in, breathe out, because that's the first thing we did when we came into this world. The first thing they wanted us was to be. That's why the kid cried, and it's the first video that I did. The first video that I did was breathe in, breathe out. Then the second was who are you. So go watch everything. I promise you, if you're not changed, I don't know. Because this thing, whatever I'm telling you, works. And I wish people could see this, but then I also understand that some people will never understand this. Some people will have to reincarnate to get the kind of message that I'm telling you right now. Because also me perhaps I've reincarnated, that's why I'm able to know this. But then we are told that a kid, when you tell them something, so that's why they'll be like, teach the kids the ways of the Lord, so that when they grow up they won't forget. So perhaps if you land on this video and you watch it, you might get something that could help you. It could not help you now, but it's going to help you later on in your life. That I promise you, that I know. Yeah, it's not pride or anything, but I just know. I know. So because you haven't given birth yet to kids, you're going to start something on your state. You're going to explore, you're going to do all this. That's why I'll be like, do everything that you can before you have kids. Once you have kids, some people be like, you're going to be trapped. But then it's not a trap. Just find out, why did I give birth to kids before I was such and such, before I knew myself, because before I was happy, before I was this. Just find out the reason. The answers are always there. And you see what I'm telling you? I'm not going to give you the answers. No one can give you the answers. That's why people go and pay a lot of money. You go to pastor. The pastor is not going to give you answers. The only thing the pastor can help you is to give you just a direction, just guiding you. The work you're supposed to do is on your own. That's why Christ carried the cross. Christ was just showing us of how life is. That's why he had a cross. Everyone has a cross to carry. So probably if you don't have kids yet, and you know these things, some of these things, okay, you know who you are, and you're walking in divine alignment, you're walking in divine perfection. Probably you know all these things. You know that you're supposed to give to get. You're supposed to, like, you just need a few things to touch up here and there. But the best thing you can do is to know who you are, and knowing who you are is knowing the divineness that's in you. So if you have kids already, know that you're divine. You are whole creator. You're a whole God. You're a God to those kids. Those kids called you like you're their miracle. You're their everything. So you're amazing. It's not the end of the world. You can still work on these things. You can still get to know yourself. You can still get to know the God that is in you. You get what I'm saying? There is a reason as to why you've been in such a situation. Just know that everything is predestined. The only thing that you think it's out of your control, because you're not walking the divine way. You're not walking the godly way. And the godly way is seek first the kingdom of God that is in you already. Know who you are first. And you're going to know yourself if you're listening to, if you're still getting things in, if you're still being told that you're this. The information sheet is supposed to come from within you. And you can only hear yourself when you go to quiet places, when you meditate, when you quiet your mind, when you face your demons, when you face your thoughts. You see, that used to tell us that your thoughts are what you are. No, your thoughts are not who you are. Who you are is actually a very quiet person. That's why be like, God doesn't shout. Does God speak? Do trees speak? Do animals be like, they just bark, and they bark because of something that has been, they have seen something, that's why they're going to bark. They are quiet. That's God. God is quiet. God is not, no. God is quiet. So in those moments when you're alone and you're peaceful, and that's when God is going, you're going to hear God. You will have that other voice. You see the voice that tells you, okay, do this, don't do that. That's God. So if probably they told you don't do this and you did it and it was okay, then probably that was God. But then if they told you don't do this and you did it and things were the other way, probably that was your body speaking and it wasn't really God. Because just know everything of God has to work out. So if it has not worked out, then it's not yet your timing or something. So everything happens for a reason. Just find out the reason. Peace.